Good morning from SangakuTV, where you're talking to Kyoshi Fay, and we have the luxury of having EMC with me still. Told you I don't do much without this guy. Today we're going to talk about some of the things we do at the Hamu. And last week, and actually a couple of different publications we put out, I made an effort about making a fist. We showed the baby hand, right and wrong, and this and that. And you know, and I talked about health, and I talked about mechanics, and I also talked about fitness. So I'm going to cover a couple of those things today, but for the luxury of you folks that are wanting more martial information from me, I appreciate what you're asking for, and this morning I'm going to go back to that boring fist position that we call in Shoutout Karate Seiken, 4-fist. So I've already showed you how to make it, and unfortunately if this is the first program you've ever watched, go back and watch the other ones and then come back and watch this one after we get done. But go ahead and watch it right now, and you might pick something up. Now, in the art of pugilism, that's what I was taught to do, and that's what I'm going to teach you to do. So I'm going to ask EMC to volunteer his body for me for a minute, and just kind of pay attention. When it comes to striking in the head, and there's going to be a lot of that in your career, I'm going to go ahead and move these for you just so that you can see. We're going to do the circle step and punch, and then you're going to be a white belt. But then we talked about being a Kyoshi, or we're talking about being a sensei, or maybe just somebody who does this for 20 years, and they say, well, I'm going to ball up my fist, and I'm going to strike some part of this head in such a way that the attack will slow down. Okay, well, I get that part, and then we see it in all the pugilistic arts. Now, there's blunt force trauma, and then there's what we call precision striking. Now, all the Kyusho guys do that. You know, they got this spot here, and they have a name for it, and we call them gallbladder this, or gallbladder that, or stomach this, or triple burner. And for some of you folks, that's a little over the top. But if you stick around long enough, you're going to love that stuff. But let's just go back to AMP as we know it. There's the head, and it has a jaw, it has a lower mandible, it has an ear, and there's a bone structure. There's an eye socket, there's a nose. So now I got this hand, and you say, well, how should I use my hand appropriately when I'm using a Seiken or a 4-fist? Well, when it comes to the head, let's take a look at the body cavities that are available. We have a nasal and we have the orbit. If you're making a 4-fist like I suggested, the concept here is that you invert the hand if you're punching above the shoulder. So I'm not going to talk about anything below the shoulder today. I'm just going to talk about something above the shoulder, which is the head. And I'm essentially talking about the first hand position in the book, a 4-fist or a Seiken. If you'll note, and if you have a practice partner, you might want to try this one. Get him to lean his head forward just a touch, and just roll your hand gently and lay it up there and ask him to press his eye socket, or their eye sockets against that fist. And ask him how long they're going to do that. Now, I haven't even touched him. He's pushing on me. So, the idea of, what do you think? It's not that fast. I probably didn't think I could change a fly's life, but that was quick enough. And if that hurts, just to lean into it, that's probably going to have a little bit more effect. So when punching above the shoulder and when making a Seiken, you should invert the hand. Now, if you turn the eye just a little bit, tilt that down a little bit, and you insert that same eye posture in here, I'm going to tell you, the structure of the skull is too weak here to withstand a strike like that. So in martial art, karate, Budo as we know it, there's no kidding around when somebody really wraps you. And if they wrap you correctly, they're going to hurt you. They're going to hurt the side of your head. They're going to just simply roll that fist up and hit you. Okay, now I've showed you 3 ways to hit somebody pretty hard and really hurt them. What I haven't shown you is how to do the exercises every day. And you guys have been doing this a while, you say, yeah, that guy's kind of doing that kind of right. I hope so. So, when you go to practicing, remember, you're going to be a white belt, do your circle step, punching above the shoulder, you invert the hand. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about for above the head. Because some of you guys are going to take this and run to the bank with it and think, oh, listen, you got to start somewhere, so I gave you something to work with. I'm going to go to the body now. Now it's not above the shoulder, but when I rotate my hand, you'll note that all of us that work a makawara, or our post, or our wooden dummies, we knuckle develop. But if I come up here and I give him a bludgeon punch, he'll probably take it, but if I rotate my knuckle and I lay that on that sternum, you can try that with your friends. Ask them to move their gi a little bit. Go over here and just kind of tap on that breastplate, and then roll that knuckle up, and have them lean into it. Come on, just have them lean into it. He ain't going to do it. Well, there's a couple things I'd like for you to really pay attention to here. 30 plus years of makawara training. Making a proper hand without damaging the hand. So when you're older, you simply only have to put it in the right place by mechanically protecting your qigong points on the hand, because there's some of the palm of the hand you might want to worry about later. We'll talk about that. And then positioning yourself so that they impale themselves on that very hard hand. If I hit him on his forehead this way, you say, no, you're wrong. I say, no, I'm not, but we'll go ahead and do it your way for a minute. If I hit him this way, you'll note this is what's hitting. These knuckles down here. I don't hit anything like that down there. Right here. Sick and bad, dead for sure. Whop! When I invert the hand. I'm not going to turn it this way. So I know I try to be gentle, but at some point they didn't give me a red and white belt because you have to practice a little hard. But I want you to do it correctly. So when you make the hand, little to big, squeeze times 10, open it up. Punch above the shoulder, make sure you invert the hand. That means turn it over. If you're going to punch to the body, you should be using a single knuckle. Is there more than one way to use that hand? I don't know. For today, that's a couple of good ones. So I'm going to move on to something else. I hope you enjoyed that part. You should practice. Circle step, punch, back down. Make sure you're doing both sides too. You can't just do it on one side. All right. Hold that for me. I'd like to twirl these around for you, but I'm not going to. But they're kind of like, you know, like one of my favorite weapons. They're a tonfa. Hamahigo no tonfa is the kata I really like. It's a Shoutout form. But what I really like about these is Dr. Horn in Sarasota, Florida, has Sangaku custom weapons, and he wants to make these for you. And then we want to teach you how to use them. So I want you to pay attention to Dr. Horn at customweapons.com. I told him to give him a shout out today, and that's what I'm going to do. So thanks. That's all I'm going to do with those for right now. Okay, oh, you know what? I got a couple of things I want to talk about for you. You know, we talked about the guy who says, I want to practice martial art, but I can't because my back hurts. I think we showed you something about that. I was wondering if any of you guys are out there actually doing that and getting any results. If you'd get back to me. I really want to help you guys get back to training again. Remember, if you hurt yourself, you can't train. And if you get attacked, you can't tell your attacker, listen, I got hurt at class, so, you know, can you come visit me when I'm feeling better? Probably not going to work out that way. But one of my big deals that I just love about doing what I do is asking folks that are in the classroom. You know, you get up there, and some of you teachers have probably might have experienced some of this stuff. And you ask all those young little eyes looking at you and stuff, and you go, hey, you know, I'm an 8th degree black belt, or I'm a, you know, whatever it is your rank is. Who's the most important person in the room? And all those little kids, you know, look up there. Oh, it's got to be you. And I say, well, you know, if you're anything like any of the old guys I know, they go, no, it's you little guys that make the future for martial art. I'm hoping this program lets you know that you're very important. And so when you take your place in line, remember, without you guys being there, there's no point in me being here. It's going to be kind of a short class today. I have a lot of things I'd like to talk to you about. But we're going to save some of those for later. So we talked to you about the fist. We talked to you about inverting. I hope you'll practice that, and I hope you'll get back to us. I want to thank you for watching Facebook Live today. And I hope you'll see us and like us and share us with all your friends. And we're sure looking forward to hearing from a lot of you. So come on back. And for those folks that are global and around the planet, if you've been trying to Facebook me and I've been not making very good communications with you, I hope you'll continue to try on your end. I'm going to try on my end, because martial arts for everybody, and those guys that love this stuff, I really want to talk to you. So for me and EMC and Company, arigato gozaimashita, and stay in touch with us. I would love to hear from you. Thank you.